Good morning. How you doing? Rainy Monday morning. I think the rain is out of here. Maybe, but we needed it. It was refreshing. Thank you, God. This is 1100 WSGI. I'm Utah LaVern, and this is, one street over. What's going on? One street over from where you living? Well, I got my friend in here this morning. Penny Callis is in the house. That's what's going on one street over, so just look out. She is my friend. How long have we known each other?
A long time.
Long time. She's the one who keeps me a redhead. She's my hairdresser from the gallery. And it's so funny. I love telling the story that I had one of your nieces was over at my house and keeping my kids back when they were little.
Rachel.
Little bitty. Was it Rachel?
Uh-huh.
And I had been trying to find somebody to do my color, like the weave color and not just color. And I looked at her hair and I said, "Who does your hair?" Aunt Penny. I said, "Well, where is Aunt Penny?" and ever since, and I mean, it's been mid-90s maybe.
Probably so.
Yeah. I think, yeah. Good land.
Yeah.
Woo, we're getting old, honey. It's been 30 years.
Is it time for us to retire? No, we're just starting.
We just getting started. I don't know what retire is. I have retired into teaching. You want to be a teacher? Oh, you could be a cosmetology teacher.
No.
Oh, I'm messing with you. Look at it. Nope. There's, different ones. I said, you could do that. We need career teachers for that. No. It's fun. I love it.
You need to have the patience to be a teacher.
I love it. I absolutely. Now, that's not to say that sometimes they don't kind of push my buttons. I had a little knucklehead pushing my buttons last week, and you know who you are. And but mostly because they just won't do that. I'm like, argh. Anyway, it's all good. Penny is here to talk about Seeds of Hope. We could go down some rabbit holes, and maybe we will later, but we want to get to the point because this is what we started in on this whenever Julie was in here from Bernard's Custom Cuts.
We put a plug in.
And Farm Market. What's she called? Bernard's, I'll have to look it up. Bernard's something custom. It's Bernard's Farms Custom Cuts.
Yes.
And Farm Market.
I think so. I've got it in my notes somewhere here.
We'll look at it. But I love them. I just love their story. I love their work ethic. I get a big old kick out of their kiddos because they're just funny little farm boys. And they're just a sweet family. And she's so funny. I started to say she's a hot mess when you tie her up, boy. And I mean that as a high compliment, Julie. You know I do. She gets wound up. You better look out. Yep. I love her. And they went through so much with the building the farm store and some problems. We won't even go down that hole, but it was.
To create and run something, a business, you gotta be a hot mess. You gotta have a lot of energy. That's right.
You gotta have some chutzpah. But she was in here the other day and she was just like, I'm tired. But they've got a cool place out there. Mm-hmm. And I love that y'all are taking the Seeds of Hope tour there. Mm-hmm. What a perfect place. Mm-hmm. And because they're talking about doing a farm to table dinner that's going to be hopefully coming up to where she's got her garden and all of that. And she goes, I'm going to really try to source everything at the farm to table from our place. Mm-hmm. And that'll be cool. That'll be a cool thing. But they're just a neat place. So they're one of the stops. But what are we talking about? We say Seeds of Hope. What in the world are we talking about, Penny?
Well, Seeds of Hope is a fundraiser.
Yes.
But we're mainly talking about Martha Song.
Yes.
So Martha Song it's a foundation, it's a fund that provides hope and compassion to cancer patients who live in Robertson County and that have been diagnosed with cancer. We go back to 2005 when we formed this organization. At the time it was an organization because we were under the umbrella of Northcrest. They helped us to get this started. And there was this lady, her name was Martha Parker, and she had been diagnosed with cancer, and this was the second round of cancer that she had. And so a group of her friends decided to create a charity in her honor. Mm-hmm. And of course she was like, I don't deserve that. But Martha was a lady that after her first diagnosis of breast cancer, she would get names of other individuals that had cancer, and she would go visit them. Now, this was before all of these funds all of these organizations had started. And she would go and she would visit them and take a goodie bag and give them information, give them some hope, give them some compassion. And so we decided that the song that she sang to people through her words was the song of hope, was the song of compassion.
I love that. I love that. And I got to meet her. I remember meeting her, and she was just the sweetest and most optimistic person, even because I met her when she was, being treated herself.
Right.
And just so kind and just so, upbeat. And I just loved her. And
she felt really bad, when she received her second diagnosis, because she felt that she was letting everyone that she was helping down, because as long as she was a survivor, it was giving them hope. But actually she was just showing how to live through her diagnosis. Yeah. And, which is very beautiful. And she was like, why are you giving Martha a song? I can't even sing. I'm like, well, it's not about the sound. It's about the words. Yeah. And so that's how we designed our mission statement, was to spread hope and compassion to cancer patients. Now this benefits anyone in Robertson County, and you, have to have the diagnosis. There's no stipulation on income. If you live here, you're our neighbor, and we want to serve you. So you apply for the funds, and we give you money to help pay for nutrition, some supplements, or gas, or to help pay your electric bill that week, that month, if you're out with treatments. And so it's been, since 2005, we have raised over $200,000. So we have helped over 400 people.
That is wonderful. That is amazing. And I love that, because I've walked this walk with my mother and my sister, and it's hard. It's hard. And you just, there's just something that comes up all the time.
Yeah.
Something that comes up all the time.
Too much.
I would talk to them, and it would be just, well, there's this and there's that and there's that. And the people who would love on Mom, especially Mom, because I was probably, I was more closer and knew more about what was going on with hers. But just the little gifts that she goes, well, I went to chemo today and look what they gave me, and things like that. And just those, just knowing somebody cares and is just loving on you and just encouraging. I just love, and I love Martha's song. I love the concept behind it, and that she sang with her life. There was a I can't remember this lady preacher's name, but she talked about a friend of hers that just went through a bunch of stuff, and she just kept persevering. And she goes, one day she asked her how she did it, and she goes, she said, well, sometimes I wish the Lord didn't think so highly of me, because it says I don't, have any more than I can deal with, but I've been told I can, so I'm going to push on. And it occurred to this lady preacher later on, she said, and she goes, it just occurred to me that she's showing the rest of us how it's done, and that's when you talk about Martha, I thought she's showing the rest of us how it's done,
Absolutely.
And she was just a beautiful lady. But I love that y'all do this, and it's had a journey of different types of fundraisers, because y'all started, I love the fashion show. Probably one of your most famous people who ever showed up at your fashion show was Leanne, wasn't it?
Leanne Morgan?
Yeah, Leanne Morgan. She did comedy.
Well, I thought it was U-Turn LaVern.
Oh, please. No, but I mean, I think now I thought I got to share the stage with Leanne Morgan.
Yeah, that was one of her early days.
Yes, and I'll never forget that. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And little did we know that she's got her own. She's going to have a TV show.
I know, Netflix.
Isn't that crazy? She goes, I heard an interview with her the other day. She said something back, and she goes, what in the world?
That's her name. What the world?
What in the world's going on? But anyway, yes, Leanne Morgan was at one of your fundraisers.
Yes.
And because she's a Robertson County girl.
Well, and those fundraisers were also back in the day that we were still connected with Northcrest.
Yeah, right.
And then when TriStar bought Northcrest, the foundation dissolved. And so we're going to be like, what the world?
Yeah.
What are we going to do? And so that's when we had to kind of be silent for a bit.
Yeah.
And we formed our own foundation. And now we're up and running. Last year was our first major fundraiser. And then so
I love it.
We're heading on.
I love the Seeds of Hope too. I love the concept. I was out of town last year. I bought tickets anyway though, so you can buy tickets whether you can go or not.
Yeah, or you give a donation.
There you go. There you go. Whether you can get to these fundraisers or not, it's just a way to raise attention and say, hey, we're fundraising, so put us on your list of places that you need to stop in. But if you these are it's so much fun seeing all the things around Robertson County. We have got so many treasures, so many treasures. And I just love that you have all these different places, and I'm excited to see where we're going this year. So,
okay, well, I can't wait to show you.
Well, why don't you? I tell you what, let me go ahead and do one of my breaks, and then we'll come back and we'll start talking about. We'll unpack. Now we know that we're going over to Bernard Farms, but that's one of them. But there's so many more.
Let me also say before we get into the Seeds of Hope section about this that Martha Song and we can post it on your page that. We have a website. It's called marthasongfoundation.org.
Okay.
So if you go there, you can find out more about Martha Song. You can sign up to be a volunteer. You can sign up to give a donation. Okay. And you can also request funds by going there. We also have a Facebook page. So we can post that link, but it's marthasongfoundation.org.
Okay. marthasongfoundation.org, and we'll make sure that gets up in the comments. But it is a wonderful organization. I just love your heart for this, and just love my friend Penny Callis of the Gallery. If you need a wonderful hairdresser, she's been mine for 30 years. So
I can sell you a house too.
Oh, that's right. Yes, you work with the Cobbs, Cobb Hill Homes. That's right. How long have you been doing that?
I started that in 2020. During COVID.
Is it
during COVID?
Oh gosh. Well, I was talking about you the other day when Trent was in here, because Trent came in and talked about the fair, so we always talk about Cobb Hill Homes, and that is such a cool thing, because it's just you're a local girl, so you know the county really well. But do you handle stuff outside of the county or just wherever?
Some.
Yeah.
Some.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. Very cool. So how can they get in touch with Penny Callis Realtor?
The same way you can get in touch with Penny Callis, the hairdresser, at the Gallery of Artistic Hair Designs, or you can Google my name and it comes up with my phone number.
Okay, very good, very good. And she's got a bunch of grandkids too.
Oh,
she's got more than me. I got to get my kids moving, man.
Come on, I've got 7.
I know, I've only got 4.
Is that the 7 being complete?
Huh?
Should 7 mean complete?
I don't know. Maybe
that's how long it took to create the world. 7 days, it's complete. So
are you telling your kids? Are we fit? Are we good? Are we good?
I don't know.
That's good. I love that. I love that. That's perfect. I love that. And we're going to continue our conversation with Penny Callis. She is here for Seeds of Hope, Martha's Song, and Seeds of Hope. I put Seeds of Hope up in the comments. I need to add Martha's Song to that as well, because Seeds of Hope is the fundraiser for Martha's Song, and that is just a beautiful, beautiful foundation to help those that are going through a cancer diagnosis. We need to talk about our sponsors, and Highland Rim. We go to Highland Rim Speedway, of course, to go to the races, Veterans Motorplex. We finally got the races going this weekend, y'all. It's so funny because they've been trying to get the races started up. Racing season's actually from March to October. And I talked to Jerry, and they were a little concerned that rain that we got in on Saturday was going to push the opening again. But they got out and they were able to do some racing, and they had a great time. Great opening night, just a wonderful night. And they also got to show off what they've been doing out there. They did all these track improvements, and now they're ready to race this season. And every Saturday, weather permitting. Sometimes the rain will push it off, but weather permitting, every Saturday now, you're going to come out and see some great racing, at least through October. I feel like they'll probably try to push the season a little bit into November. And again, it'll be dependent on weather since they got a late start. But this is the beautiful, beautiful quarter-mile high-banked asphalt bull ring track up there in Greenbrier, 6801 Kelly Willis Road. Jerry wants to invite you to come out. A $40 ticket will get up to 6 kids and 2 adults in for $40. Family-friendly environment, no alcohol served or permitted on the premises, so you don't have to worry about any of that. They got a great concession stand. They employ a lot of the local kids. It is just that kind of place. It's the kind of place that it is just a fun, different thing. You probably never even thought about, would I enjoy the races? You will, because I didn't think I would, but I did. And it's a lot of fun. I can't wait to take my grandkids out there this summer. It's a good time. Veterans Motorplex, follow them at Highland Rim Speedway. You'll know you're at the right place because you'll see that big Eagle and Veterans Motorplex banner. And when you get out there, always, please let them know that U-Turn sent you. Okay, now we're talking about Martha Song, the nonprofit, the organization that helps cancer patients in Robertson County. And the fundraiser, the big fundraiser is Seeds of Hope, and it is coming up. So tell us the date, Penny. What is the date?
Seeds of Hope Garden Tour is June 8th.
Okay.
It's a self-guided garden tour. You'll receive a map. You will... I'm sorry, I just went.
Nope,
you'll receive a map to show you the tour. It's you'll have an opportunity to go through 8 different gardens. We have gardens between Springfield, Cedar Hill, Greenbrier, and Orlinda. So you got a full day from 9 to 3 to do these tours. You can get tickets at Head's Farm, Bernard Farms, or Hancock's Family Farm, or the Gallery of Artistic Hair Designs. But you could also go online to Eventbrite and purchase tickets online. That's probably the easiest way. And when you do that, you will automatically get an email with the map and information as we update it. Don't you love how I ran out of ink on that?
Oh no, it's fine. I didn't even notice that, Penny.
And so we could also share in comments the Eventbrite link. Okay. So that someone could go there to receive their and the link is also on our Martha Song page on Facebook, and we have on Twitter. We our preceding sponsor this year for the tour is South Central Growers.
I love them.
And so we are just so excited to have them come in with us and share this experience. They have a lot to show. And we also have sponsors that are like garden tour sponsors. Each garden will have a sign with who's sponsoring that particular garden. Okay. And then we have door prize sponsors, and then of course Friends of Martha Song. You can get money for that also. And you know, before I go on with our sites, I would like to list some of our sponsors.
Yes, absolutely.
That I just would like to throw out some of those names. We have TriStar Northcrest, Tennessee Oncology, the Credit Union for Robertson County, the Gallery, Cobb Hill Homes, the Parker Family, State Farm Bethnal Doris, Southside Drugs, Helen Cotton, Tammy Slaughter, the law offices of William Kroger, the law offices of Jay Johnson, the law offices of Jones, Green, and Thackett, Bluegrass Realty, 615 Real Estate Advisors, Ted and Sylvia Stubblefield, and we still have some people out that have not confirmed yet. And we also have Owens Chapel United Methodist Women's Group. And so we just thank the people that are showing the interest in Martha Song and giving us funds to help support this event and bringing people in for the tour.
I love it. So how many people do you expect a pretty good crowd? Did you have a good crowd last time?
We did. It was our first year. Our first year we maybe, I think we had around 150 or so people. Yeah. So because we would like to have more than that. And so, but it was really good. It was a beautiful day. It was a steady flow of people. It's nice. We like to do things our own way in America, and so it's kind of nice to create your own path. And I know Experience Robertson County does that, and that's such a fun thing to do, so it's nice to set your own hours, set your flow of how you want to go.
I like that. And that's one thing too, because I'm going to try to get my grandkids and bring them this year, because I'm having my first knee replacement a couple of days after that, so I think I'm here and free that day, so I'm hoping I'm you know how it is, but I would love to bring the grandkids because they love all this kind of stuff. They love just going
they will enjoy it.
Yes.
We have some individual homes, but we have actually more businesses that we had planned, but it just, things fall together the way it's supposed to.
Yeah. God works it out.
Yes, he does. And so if we want to start on our first stop, or it could be whatever stop you want it, but we're going to start with our premier sponsor, which is South Central Growers. They are on Highway 41 between Springfield and Cedar Hill. They face the airport. South Central Growers actually provides flowers for Lowe's and Walmart and several different. It's a huge operation. They become a successful family-run corporation in the greenhouse industry since 1990.
That's a place too. If I go at Christmas to see the poinsettias and things like that. And if you've not ever visited South Central Growers, it is just, again, a treasure of Robertson County that people don't even realize is here if they don't travel that way. If that's not in their path, they're like, what? I didn't know this was even out here. It's amazing.
And they're so community-minded.
Wonderful.
Ron, Tim, and Alex are all brothers. The Vander Heinst.
Yeah. Their last name.
Penny and Cedar Hill probably did not pronounce that correctly. But they are committed to exceeding their customers' expectations. Yeah. They provide quality products and offer excellent service. They also have a good environment for their employees to work, and they offer a good positive work area for their employees, and some of this is what was on their website. So they like to build relationships with the community by helping with several things, and they want the community to know that they're not just a business. They hold very strong to their Christian values, and they want to help as much as they can. So for a treat, the ticket holders are going to be able to visit a test garden that's in the back of their huge facility. And so they haven't told us all the secrets, but they've got a lot planned for us.
Whenever I have been there, when I've gone out for the Christmas thing, there was one time in particular, I was on a cart, they take you around on the golf cart if you want. And I was on the cart with somebody that had been working there a long time, and they could not stop talking about what a cool place it was to work. I mean, I was like, okay, I'm not looking for a job, but that's awesome. But I mean, seriously, it just kind of struck me. It was so funny how much they loved what they do. And it's that kind of place. You're going to want to see this, guys. I love that they're part of this stuff.
I think it'd be really good. And something about the garden tour, it's neat to go and see beautiful, big, lush gardens. Yeah. But we wanted it to be more of, let's see something that's different. Let's see something. Then in some of the gardens, we could see something that you could actually maybe see yourself growing, or give you some ideas. Our next stop is David and Debbie Woodard, and they're on 4th and Garner. They are actually Robertson County retired missionaries with the Baptist Association. Excuse me. So David's brother is a minister in Robertson County. David and Debbie were missionaries. They've traveled all over Europe. They lived in London. Their garden actually models an English garden.
Oh, neat.
And they when they lived abroad, they could raise most anything, and then when they got here, they were having problems growing things. So all of their flowers and herbs and vegetables require full sun, and so that, of course, that was a challenge too. It's a challenge for me to find something that requires full sun. So it will be interesting to talk to them, as they have a very quaint garden. They planted everything they're very purposeful when they planted everything. They wanted a certain color scheme, wanted pastels. And so most everything is going to be in pink, purple, and white. I just go out, LaVern, and I just stick something in the ground.
Me too.
I'm like, that looks pretty. And then, and then about 2 months later, I'm like, okay, let's go get a new plant to stick in the ground there, because that one's dead.
Amy Corbin's going to be coming in here real soon, because we just we haven't talked to her, but I'll go out there and she'll be like, kind of like, well, didn't you just buy something? I'm like, yeah, I didn't. I just watered it enough, Amy, and she'll just shake her head at me. But I know.
It's just hard.
I'm a struggle bus.
It's just hard. But the Wooders, they designed their own home, so it might be interesting, just to look at everything, and they're very hospitable.
Okay.
And so they plan to build a greenhouse next, and that they're wanting to do that. So they have still plans, and they love to show and share their home.
I really want to see this, because this is going to go down a rabbit hole for a second. But right after my mother passed, I had some cousins that were there, and my cousin's son, there's a painting that was in our parlor, we'll call it. It was the living room that you didn't go in rough house and all that. It's the sitting room, for mother. And there was I remember us getting this and getting it framed, but I didn't know what it was. I mean, it was just a garden bench and flowers and all this kind of stuff. And we had this over the couch in there. And one of my second cousins, the young man, he goes, "I've seen that garden." And I'm like, "What?" Because he had gone to Europe for something, and it was a English garden.
Okay.
And it reminded him, and so I thought, oh, that's what that picture was, because he told me that. I never knew.
Wow.
It was just pretty flowers.
You just thought it was a picture.
Yeah. Well, we gave
that
it
never
to
left.
Him. We gave it to him because it reminded him, because we wanted things to go to special places. But he was going, that looks just like this English garden that I visited in Europe, and I was like, so now I'm really curious about the Woodards to see if it matches that picture. Because I will never forget it now, because he was, I know exactly what that's supposed to be. And maybe it was depictive of something, a famous garden. So now I'm super curious. I love that. Okay, so what else have we got?
Okay, we have another home on Garner Street, and it's the home of Lucy Ellis. She's lived in the historic district for years, and she's well known for creating lush and welcoming environment using container gardens.
Oh, fun.
So that's something that interests me. All of this is going to interest me. It's like, I want things that's going to be in the ground, because I live in my parents' home. When we lost them, I moved there. And so thank God they planted hostas 100 years ago. I don't know, but because I haven't gotten to the front of the house, and so I still have something growing that I just have to pull the weeds out, so, and they do need thinning really bad, just like the iris need thinning really badly. But I'm just not really good at doing that.
Me either. I think people want to give me stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with it.
I want it. So it's interesting to see the perennials. It's interesting to see this container gardening also, and how they do that. Because they put all these, Amy can put together such a beautiful planter with all of these different things in it. And I'm like,
I know. I will sometimes, if I just need a special gift, I'll go out, and Amy will have these beautiful containers up at Corbin, and it's just so beautifully put together. So this must be Lucy's specialty too, putting all the things together. My mom was very good at that. I did not get her green thumb, but I'm trying to honor Mom and do a little bit of that. So I need to learn. So
yeah, well, Lucy has a pool, and so she's got things planted around that and everything. So yeah, I think that'll be neat, and it's nice that it will be just you can park up and down Garner, and you should be able to walk to in between their houses.
Oh, fun. Okay, that'll be wonderful. So what have we got next? Let's go ahead.
Well,
one more, and then we'll take a break.
Okay, so we've come from South Central Growers into town, and so we're going to take us a little left-hand turn and go towards. We're going to go towards Cross Plains, Orlinda. Yeah. We're going to go out to Hancock Family Farms. Matthew and Jody Hancock. They have been huge supporters of Martha's Song. In fact, last year they lost a dear friend, Don Morgan, to cancer, and he loved their, I think it's snow white corn, and so they offered to give their first harvest of the Snow White.
Wow.
The profits of that to Martha's Song, and so that was really that was a nice donation there. So we've chosen them to be one of our stops, and they're out on Highway 49 East. They have a market, and it's full of their fruits and vegetables and flowers, and they also have meat, eggs, milk, and the list goes on and on and on.
Another farm family who I love.
Yes,
and
yes.
They've even advertised on here from time to time. Their family's just so fun. But just a sweet, sweet family, wonderful work ethic, and they're just got the cutest little stop right there.
Yeah, and you're left to get to know them, see their store, and then you can see some of the gardens around that area also.
I love that you're going to these farm stores. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, I think that's wonderful because I have such a heart for these folks. Because I mean, hard work.
You take a risk doing that, and yes, it is hard work.
You better believe it. That's wonderful. Mm-hmm. That's wonderful. Let's pause for just a second. Right. And one thing too, you're going to be supporting Martha's Song, but you're also going to be going out and supporting some of these small businesses because you're going to go in there and hopefully, maybe get a little something, and see what they've got. So you'll remember, they had, they had this and I need to go back. And
you may not have known they were there.
Yeah. And certainly not known what they carry. That's the thing. So it'll give you a chance just to kind of visit them and to see. They all have gardens going on around their stores, right? Because they grow it and then they sell it. And it's wonderful. But so Hancock Family Farms, the next stop. We're going to pause, though, and let's take a break. And we're going to talk about one of our sponsors. We need to talk about Barry and Rebecca Richards with Exit Prime Realty. They are, of course, up in Cross Plainians, I like to say, and they are one of the founding sponsors of the Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival coming up May 17th and 18th at Kilgore Park up in Cross Plains. And you absolutely can sit across the table with them and talk about all the things that they do at that stop. But you can also go knock on Barry's door here in downtown. He's got a brokerage office now on the downtown square. Rebecca's office, her realty office in White House. They took those two and combined them to bring you a new branch in the Exit Realty tree. So even though they changed the name, it's still the same great team. If you need to get in touch with Rebecca at 615-504-7425, 615-504-7425. Rebecca, one of the first in the area to be a seniors real estate specialist. Barry comes out of a marketing background. I cannot say enough about how much he has helped me in my audio video program. I called him the other day in the middle of class. I had a camera issue, and I said, "Okay, Barry, I can't figure this out." And he figured it out for me and sent the info back. But he is able to take photography, videography, drone footage, and make sure that your property is seen in the absolute best light. That marketing background, he was 17 years vice president of a media marketing company up in Nashville. So they are uniquely qualified to help you out in many, many ways. They are Cross Plainians. They specialize in Robertson County properties, but also buy and sell in the surrounding counties and across the state line in Kentucky. They're from Kentucky, and that's part of it. But you can, again, see them at the Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival. They are founding sponsors, and I think he was on the board that started the whole idea. So come out and see us at the festival the 17th and 18th up in Cross Plains. And when you talk to them, always be sure and let them know that U-Turn sent you. And as we continue on talking about all the locations, we are the nonprofit, the organization Martha's Song. was formed by my sweet friend Penny and others. I don't know who all was involved in that, but this is, I mean, you worked with.
It was a group of us, a good group. Mm-hmm.
But Martha would come in, and you would, you get to know people when you do their hair. Mm-hmm. You get to, you really do. I mean, you just build these special relationships, and you guys just, saw the heart that she had for helping others and the songs she sang through her life. And y'all brought up Martha's song. And so now the different fundraisers has grown into this wonderful one. I love this. I like things like this where I can take it at my own pace.
Right.
I love that concept, because a lot of times it's like this hour, and I can't do it. But this has got the flexibility in it.
Right.
And it might be that I can't make every single stop.
Right.
But maybe I can do half of them.
Right. You can do some, and then if for some reason you can't go, you've given a $25 donation to Martha's Song.
Exactly. So that's the and it also too, it reminds you that Martha's Song is a nonprofit that you can contribute to and help out, because they are doing the work of Jesus, working the hands and feet of Jesus on people that are going through cancer, and just can't say enough, having walked that walk with my sister and my mama, that they need a lot of love. So what's next?
Well, we also need you all for volunteers, but we also need your eyes and your voices to spread the word. Mm-hmm. We need your eyes and your voices for to notice your friends or family that have cancer, and to remember that there's a fund out there. Yeah. So to direct them to our page, to direct them to our foundation, to request funds, because we can't see it. We can't find everybody. Yeah. So the community needs to share that with each other.
Yeah, and I've got several friends that have done some work. Well, Sally Shaman worked up at the. Are you familiar? Did you know Sally? Mm-mm. She worked at the Y.
Yes.
Yeah. And I thought, well, I wonder if Sally knows about this.
She does.
She does? Okay.
She knows about Martha's Song.
Yes. Okay. So, well, good deal. And because she was the first one. When you said that, I thought, well, I wonder if Sally knows about this. And, because she's
plug her in, though. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you might say something to her. Yeah.
Yeah, and just remind her that the Seeds of Hope are coming up. But now, what is our next stop? We're making our farm stop.
So we're in towards Cross Plains. So since we're there, let's just move on into Orlinda to Bernard Farms.
Yes.
And they live on Clay Gregory Road in Orlinda is where their farm is. So you learned a lot about Julie last week, but they started at the farmer's market. Mm-hmm. And then started selling out of their small building on their property, and now they have a gorgeous farm store in Orlinda, and they definitely don't mind getting their hands dirty and doing what it takes for success. They said that they're family owned. They raise their own hogs and cattle, and they
slaughter it,
and they grind their own feed. Mm-hmm. And so they are planning to have some of the baby piglets out that day.
Aww.
So we'll have we'll have a pig petting party.
There you go. My girl, they were on one of the Discover Robertson County stops one time when I had my grandson out there and they had pigs. Uh-huh. So I've got some of the cutest little video of my grandson, my oldest grandson. I've got 3 grandsons now. My oldest grandson with the pigs. And it was hysterical. And having grown up on a hog farm, I appreciate that.
That's right. We'd get home from school, and all the little pigs had gotten out, and they'd just torn the entire yard up. I can remember that. We had pigs.
Yes, absolutely. So we feel you, but they're cute as they can be. Cute. They're cute as they can be, but that'll be fun. And then she's got her garden right there beside the store. Right.
So they're planting seeds of hope to our community by their fresh produce and then their farm raised animals, and it provides people out in that area too a place to shop for different things. Their store, there's no way that we could even name everything that's in their store.
Yeah.
and so that it's just I'm excited about them being on
It'll be a great stop.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Okay, so let's leave Orlando and come back into town, and we're going to head down Kenny's Road.
All right, that's Head's Farm.
We're going to go to Head's Farm, Miranda Heads in Cedar Hill off of Kenny's Road. She started her farm to show her daughter where her food came from.
I love that.
And she's very active in the community, and she wanted to instill important values in her daughter, and so it has grown into a very well run, successful business. You can go there and they will gather the strawberries and the tomatoes and different vegetables for you, or if you want to go in the greenhouse and pick your own tomatoes or pick your own strawberries, you can do that also. They even have a place that kids can play. It's just a really, really neat operation. And there again, their store on the opposite side of the county, their store has, you can't even begin to name everything that's in there. One thing that's in there that's really neat is they have homemade ice cream.
That's why I was wondering when you were going to get to the ice cream. It's so good.
Homemade ice cream.
So
in
good.
fact, you'll see their ice cream truck around at different events. And
Farmers market. They're usually there. Yeah.
First Friday market.
Yeah.
They're there, and everyone loves Miranda's homemade ice cream. And it's
she's part of the fair board, you know, so I've visited with Miranda a few times with all the things and pumpkins and all of, I mean, and that's one thing you're going to kind of, you know, when you come and get pumpkins in the fall, they start now. And so I don't know when she plants hers. It may be probably a little bit later for them to come in on time, but that's the kind of thing she can talk to you about. And because she's been through it. So when do I plant my pumpkins? So I get pumpkins when I want them in the fall. And so I want to plant them too early.
Yes. And, you know, so these people these stops that we're making, they've worked hard to create what they have, and they love to share what they have, and they love to share what they know. Yeah. And so if you have any questions at all, it's not that they're wanting to be the only ones providing this. They are so open to sharing with you how you can do things, and or how you can come and let them do it for you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, by buying what they have. But they're very.
Me. I'm not a gardener anymore, but
they don't mind sharing.
Yeah. I love the idea of going in and picking my own tomatoes too, and getting exactly what I want. And I love the strawberry fields where you can go in and pick your own strawberries. These are all the things. As soon as I get my new knees, I'm going to be a little, be out there a little bit more doing all this stuff, because that's the stuff I like to do. And I love that we have all these treasures around. And so now so
we're on Kenny's Road from Head's Farm. Right. So we're going to stay on Kenny's Road.
Okay.
We're going to go a little bit further down to the James's place. You may know this couple. It's Doug and Maureen, which they call her Mo.
Yes.
Doug and Mo James.
Yes.
And so they retired to Tennessee.
Okay.
To chase their dreams, and which they found it in a beautiful Robertson County. Of course, who wouldn't want to live in Robertson County? But they moved here from California. So the countryside and the people are just second to none to them. So they would just love being on Kenny's Road. They've got the nice little haven in the woods, you know. And as they say, in comparison to other farms, their farm is very small. It's very unique, but it's the world to them. I went out and visited their farm to get an idea of what we could expect on the tour, and I'm like, wow. So as you come into their lot, they have built a barn dominium, and they catch. They have 2 holding tanks that catch all the rainwater off the gutters of their barn dominium, and then they have it piped down to their garden place. You know, I just thought that was So you do.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it is. And then, of course, she's a Maureen, but she goes by Mo. She's a master gardener. She just completed the course.
Oh, fun. Okay.
And
the UT Extension
yep.
Office.
And so she's got her little garden area it's all laid out, labeled, and they've made some trellises for things. It is, I can't explain it. It's something that you need to see because it's actually something that you could do. And she loves sharing the information that she's learned. Okay. And so they'll have vegetables and they'll have flowers, and you got to see this.
Okay. It sounds wonderful. I love that.
The Credit Union for Robertson County is one of our sponsors, tour sponsors, and so they're going to be set up at the James's place with plants to sell.
Okay.
So that would be kind of neat too, that you could purchase a few plants from them.
Okay. Very good.
And they you gotta come to the James's place.
I want to see that.
Yes,
I had no idea. Okay.
And they've also built a storm shelter that you might be interested in seeing too. This has I guess you're planting something in the ground. It's not seeds of hope, but I guess it's seeds of hope that if a tornado comes, you're going to be safe, you know?
Well, I'm from Mayfield, okay? I get you.
Oh, what a neat storm shelter they have built.
Yeah, really cool.
It really, yeah, you got to see it.
Oh, yeah.
You got to see it. Then they also have facilities that you could use the restroom there. So we haven't talked about that much. It's
cool.
On a tour, it's kind of nice to know.
Mm-hmm. That you've got
when you're going in the woods, that there's actually something other than the dirt that you can use the bathroom.
I love that. I love the idea of a unique, because I don't have a storm shelter. Mm-hmm. And like I said, after what happened in Mayfield, and seeing what my people went through, I'm kind of thinking maybe I need a storm shelter. Because, I mean, one of my cousins, if they hadn't had their basement, they'd have gotten blown away with their house. But so something you need to, if you're curious about, I mean, this is tornado country. If you don't have a safe place, well, let's go to the James's place and let them show us how it's done. I want to see that. Very good. Now, what else have we got here?
Okay, so
Kevin Mead, what have we got? What is that about?
Okay, so Kevin Mead is out in Greenbrier.
Okay.
And he will be showing us the landscaping, the plants and the landscaping around his house. We wanted to find a place that every place is just totally different.
I love that.
And this also, we're going to have at his place, it's going to be a plant pool. So we'll have a variety of plants with numbers on them. You'll pay $20 cash. You'll draw a number, and that will tell you which plant you want. If you want to choose your plant, you can pay $40 and just take your plant right then and there, the one that you want to take. So just another way to raise funds, and so there should be flowers, vegetables, herbs. There'll be different things to choose from. We also have door prizes. So when you come to these each stop that you come by, you get to put a number in for a chance to win a door prize.
Okay.
And so it's a variety of things. Now, Kevin Mead, he is a board president of the Bell Witch Festival. And like I said, you'll be looking at his landscaping and his flowers.
Okay. Very good. Awesome. And that'd be up in the Briar. Mm-hmm. Up in Greenbrier. Mm-hmm. My stomping ground. I'm a Greenbrier Bobcat.
So actually, I believe that we have hit all of our stops.
Awesome. Well, we need to do a break, and we'll come back and we'll just kind of reiterate how you get tickets. I mean, this is going to be such a fun day. It's going to be such a fun day, and
I'm so excited.
I am too, and I'm really hoping I can come, because again, that's just a couple of days for my first knee replacement, and I'll just kind of put a plug in here. Lee Marie's going to be filling in for me, so I'm going to be out a lot this summer because I'm getting both knees replaced, and I'm super excited about it. But we've got people going to be keeping the show going, so we hope you'll stay tuned and all of those things. We'll talk more about that. But because of that timing, I'm going to be home trying to get all my ducks in a row. go. So I definitely think I'm going to be able to come out and slide. You've got me really curious about the James's place, all of these places really, and the farm stores, all the farm stores. I love these families, and I don't get by enough. I've stopped in all of them, but I need to get in there more intentionally. And
just see what they have, and and most of them have websites that, that if you need to order things, you can do that.
Well, that's one thing. I was talking with Julie about the seafood they have. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh! I mean, just some of the things you're like, really? We can get that here in Robertson County? Yeah, you can. It's so cool. I just love it. They've got so many fun things. But Seeds of Hope Garden Tour to benefit Martha Song. We're going to unpack all the things about any details on how you can get tickets, and whether you think you can go or not. Just get tickets. Get tickets, and it's a donation if you don't make it. And if you can, you're going to have a wonderful day. But we're going to pause and we're going to talk about Cumberland Connect, one of my favorite sponsors, because I now have high speed connectivity at my house, and
I do too.
I wanted to say, are you a member of the Gig Club, or did you get a package?
I got the Gig Club.
You got the Gig Club. That's $80, guys. And
no, not the Gig Club. I got the smaller one, the 50.
Yeah, and do you have like local programming, or is it just internet?
Just internet.
Because you can get the local networks and all that. I gotta be honest with you. I had somebody the other day we were talking about something. I said, I just don't watch it much. I said, if I watch television, I stream it. So why do I need anything other than my internet connection?
I have a Fire Stick, and I have an antenna.
Yeah.
So
why else do you need anything else? And Cumberland Connect, oh my gosh, it's wonderful. My kids go, Mother, you don't need a gig. But then I go, well, what do you have? And they're like, a gig. So I'm like, I'm keeping a gig. Well, one thing, because I do video. You do more than I do. I do the videography and the photography and all those things. And I got, and I'm just stitching the hem of the garment with all those things that I'm doing. My photography and things, I intend over the next couple of years to really build that into something. And maybe I'll be a Seeds of Hope stop, because we're going to do gardens for photography. And I've got a lot of ideas, just trying to get it all done. But, I need that high-speed internet. And what's so cool is they're facilitating this through the electric, because before we had this, I didn't
have anything.
Yeah, you couldn't get a hold of you. You couldn't even get her on a cell phone, because there was no connectivity out in your way. None. But because it's facilitated, if you're a Cumberland Electric customer, you're going to have access to Cumberland Connect. It is a game changer, guys. We all need it now. We were over at my son's house on Saturday. He works for HCA, and he has a lot of stuff he does over the phone. And he had been on a 13-hour phone call and internet and all this kind of stuff. That's how, he just is kind of on call just any time. And you have to have that, because so many work from home. And if you don't have high-speed internet, you can't do it. So that limits where you can live. You're talking about the real estate. I think it helps our real estate prices now, because we've got Cumberland Connect. I truly do. I think it's a game changer for some of these properties, these rural properties. It's like, we got Cumberland Connect.
Unfortunately, nowadays we need email. We need
it's our
Wi-Fi.
World.
That's our world. If you don't have it, you are just free. No.
We call that off the grid, and you can't be off the grid. Maybe the Joneses can be off the grid. They're fully retired. They kind of sound like they might be off the grid.
And then grandbabies come, and they want to play games, or if you want to stream, you can't stream if you don't have good internet. It just sits there and busts the entire time, and you can't get it all off of your hotspot on your phone.
I know it. And
no, ma'am.
It's wonderful, guys. Cumberland Connect. Have we convinced you? If you're a Cumberland Electric customer, call them and say, hey, are you in my neighborhood? They probably are. They've got most everybody in Robertson County availability at this point, but you can call them at 800-987-2362, 800-987-2362, and just say, hey, when you come into my town, and they'll let you know, or when you're going to be knocking on my door, and they're probably already there if you're here in Robertson County, or you can just go online, cumberlandconnect.org, cumberlandconnect.org, put in your address, and guys, they'll be getting you connected with high-speed internet, and you're going to be so excited. Be sure and tell them you turned Cynthia and Penny And thank them for sponsoring One Street Over. Okay, do the big invite. We got about 5 minutes, Penny. What is this all about? Tell us about Martha's Song.
Martha's Song is a nonprofit foundation for for cancer patients in Robertson County. No, it's for everyone that has cancer in Robertson County. They can receive funds to help supplement whatever they need with their diagnosis of cancer. We're having a fundraiser on June the 8th between 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock, a self-guided garden tour. You can find us on Facebook. You can go to our webpage, marthasongfoundation.org, and find out more about us, and you can find out more about our Seeds of Hope garden tour.
And it is going to be a wonderful garden tour. This is happening again on June 8th. And what did you say the hours are? 9 to 3?
9 to 3.
9 to 3.
So it's self-guided, and you can also, if you don't think you can come, you can still buy a ticket, or you can make a donation. And when you go to our webpage, there's a spot there where there's a link where you can make donations. You can also volunteer. We would love volunteers. Okay. And
what do the volunteers need to do? Volunteers to do
well,
what?
we have people. We have people at each stop.
Okay.
That man a booth there, and because and volunteers could help us set up. They can help us take down, count tickets, and deliver door prizes. Okay. There's so many things that we'll plug in.
Okay. If you've got some time to volunteer, and you know what, you probably do have some time to volunteer, and you just don't realize it. Now, you also mentioned that we can go to Eventbrite and get tickets.
Absolutely. Eventbrite, Martha's Song, Seeds of Hope Garden Tour.
I think that's how I got mine last year, and that works perfectly, no problem at all. And our
Facebook page has a link to Eventbrite also.
Well, and you'll have a wonderful time. It will give you an opportunity to find out some wonderful things going on here in Robertson County that you probably didn't know about. I love what Bill Jones said the first time they did the Discover Robertson County thing. I didn't know what I didn't know. Well, this kind of tour, you didn't know what you didn't know.
Absolutely. And if you have trouble with the website or anything like that, sometimes we just like to pick up a phone and call. Yeah. You're free to call me. 615-504-9721, 615-504-9721. I'm Penny Callis, and I can plug you into what you need to know about Martha's Song and about our fundraiser, and the Seeds of Hope.
Now I may be opening a can of worms. Can they call the gallery?
They can cell the gallery if they don't call my cell phone.
Now she is doing hair and she's busy.
Well, we have someone answering. Yes. We'll get you what you need, and we also have tickets there, so you can come by and get tickets there too. So we're accustomed to a lot of interruption.
There you go. Of course, and we like it that way.
That's right.
I just want to put a plug in for my friend here. If you need somebody wonderful to take care of your hair and all the things that us girls need, well, Penny Callis has been my go-to for 30 years. So go and see her at the gallery. And I'm so afraid she's going to retire one day, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I know there's a long list of us. It's like when you started selling real estate, we were like, what is she doing? Is she going to retire? And you're like, no, I just got, I've got some other things going. And,
you have to plan for the future.
You never know, but she's wonderful, and you will love her, and you'll love the atmosphere at the gallery is just fun.
It's home.
Yeah, it is. And it is. It's just a lot of fun. So if you're looking for a place, that's a really good place. And you've got other folks that work there that it's just wonderful. I love the gallery and all that y'all been, and so thankful for the work that you do, and so thankful for Seeds of Hope. I'm going to keep this, and we're going to keep plugging it, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
And all these fun places to go, going to South Central Growers. Let me go through them real quick. South Central Growers, David and Debbie Woodard, Lucy Ellis, all on Garner Street, Hancock Family Farms, Heads Farm, Bernard Farms and Custom Cuts and Market, the James Place, Kevin Mead's Place, and I think I got them.
That's it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a wonderful time, guys. You're going to want to be a part of helping to support Martha Song, a foundation to help cancer patients here in Robertson County, and spread the word. If you know somebody that has cancer, there is help through Martha Song. Don't miss the Seeds of Hope Garden Tour, a chance to kick into the to the wonderful fundraiser that they have this every year. And or is it every year?
This is the second year.
This is the second year. Yeah. And so we're excited about it. Thank you, Penny, for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us here at 1100 WSGI and 1 Street Over. God bless. Have a wonderful day.